What's really fun about kind of creating the division that Pat and I came up with under sports marketing being media is that it kind of almost needed to be that general, because media really is a combination of traditional PR, traditional advertising, utilizing social networking that exists now, and all the different entities that come with online, viral widgets, video as a whole. iTunes is just proven what can really happen out there from a standpoint of impressions and what can happen. So what's really cool is combining all of those things and working with the different departments that already exist at Oakley and fitting them around campaigns and shoots that we're trying to do and seeing those evolve. So it's kind of trying to stay on top of all of it. You know, it's everything from doing Oakley Week with Fuel TV to partnering with Loop to talk to a younger core audience with viral widgets, to really trying to figure out where Oakley as a brand sits with Twitter and Facebook and the different entities out there. But then also working with Brianne and Diane specifically in PR when we're going to do something at the Indy 500 or Winter X Games, and making sure that the right athletes are getting in front of the right media to still get in the right print publications, the right television networks, whether that be a regional ABC channel or, you know, Good Morning America itself. And then also letting Daniela know in advertising what we're up to, so she's, you know, situating some dollars towards supporting what we're also doing maybe on an editorial end, where for me, I think the future of media in general is a very advertorial angle. There are, like you're saying, there are a lot of people now that were in media or communications or the editorial world that are now actually working for brands. So you actually have people in-house. I mean, Tess was a managing editor of Powder, so she has a great background in being able to write, and that's a huge asset to a company when you can go on a trip, and as long as the end media outlet's okay with it, the person can write a compelling piece that isn't completely biased to the brand that they can then run editorially in a print mag or online, which is a huge kind of leveraging piece that you can do. So for the most part, I would say 80 to 90% of our time is really developing original content. I mean, there's over 4,000 people that work for Oakley globally, 2,000 basically here in Foothill Ranch, maybe a little bit more. And then you have Luxottica, which is huge. So there's a lot of internal communication that has to happen, whether it be sales, just marketing in general, design, letting them get feedback that the athletes are stoked on the product that they might be wearing or competing in. So all of that needs to be original content, and that's something that's being driven down from the top level. Scott Olivet and Scott Bowers are all about telling how can we get our athletes more involved? How can we let them be kind of our ambassadors and kind of the drive of the brand more and more? And so regardless if the end story that we come up with originally ever goes to print in a major mag or ends up on TV or online, it's still something that's going to be told internally. So almost every day, Tess and I are spending the majority of our time creating original content and focusing around the sports that are in season at the time, the athletes that are accomplishing certain things, and then also ramping up for what's just about to take place with new sports.